We're going to be talking about the time that two people had sex over top of me. This was not a good day for me because what I had not realized is that my buddy that had known these people, I used to know these people, and I didn't know that. He had actually stolen a cart from these kids, and me not knowing this, he had sex over top of me. And what I mean by that is they literally had sex over top of me. Now let's get into the story. This all starts back in sophomore year of high school. This was probably over the summer of my ninth grade year. And as I'm thinking this, I'm realizing how screwed up that summer really was. Because that is when I got into everything. That is when I got into drugs. That is when I got into, especially females with drugs. And I had a lot of experiences with this. And my buddy had told me that he said, I can come up. It's going to be great. He said, bring some money. We're going to get some weed. We're going to have a great time. Now, what I had not been thinking was where he was getting this weed from. I roll up and I got around 80 bucks. And he tells me, shoot me 40 and I'll get us all a cart. And I'm like, all right. And I trust this dude because I used to roll with him back in the day. But I then find out, this cart it's a really good cart. Let's all be honest. This cart, it was a pretty damn good cart. I don't know what it was, but it was smacking the hell out of me. And but this was also one of the first times that I was smoking weed. This was all new to me. But I did know at the time that this was a good cart. But what I hadn't known was this buddy had actually stolen this cart. He had stolen it from a couple of my old friends that I used to hang out with. And I didn't even know he knew them. But what had happened, he took it for them without asking. And then I get a text about 2 hours later saying, where the fuck is him? Let's call him Chad. Where the fuck is Chad? He either owes me money or a cart or I'm killing him. And these kids, they were not to fuck around with. The one kid was literally part of the gang. Like he was a part of this gang in this neighborhood that we all knew. Literally, when me and my buddy walked past this kid one time, my buddy told me to look down, and I asked why, and he said because if you look up, they'll probably beat the shit out of you. It's a sign of respect. I said, all right. I had no questions about it. I just looked down. But the problem was, see, Chad, he was never very smart growing up. He thought he could rob whoever the hell he wanted to without any consequences. Well, that backfired on him hard because they told me if I did not get that cart there in 2 hours, he was either going to get jumped or we were all going to get jumped. And I was not about to go get jumped for something I didn't even do. So what I did was I said, look, I'll take it up there, but I'm not taking it up there for nothing. I wanted to see if I could get something out of this. And they were like, you know what? They know it's not your fault. They actually promised me a gram of weed. And I said, okay, all right, that's fine by me. So I pull up and what's it called? I got this cart in my pocket, and I know I just walked a long ass way, and I don't feel like doing this. I walk in and I see all my old friends in there. I had not seen these kids in years. It's been like 3, 4 years since I've seen these people. And the one chick in there I used to hang with often. Me and that chick have actually a lot of stories together, and I will be telling those in future vids. But she, I could just tell she, at this point in her life, was a massive pillhead. You ever just take that look at somebody and go, damn, what the hell road did you go down? And she is slumped out on the bed, looking like an RX addict. Bro, she is fiending. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, what happened to that chick? Well, so I sit there and I'm waiting. And they call their dealer up, and I hear this entire thing, and I'm sitting there waiting. And let me remind you, this was their cart. I couldn't just be like, hey, let me chief that, because I had already chiefed a good bit of it, and they didn't know that. So I'm sitting there under their bed. I'm not doing anything. And I'm waiting for this dealer to get here to give me this gram. I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. I'll wait it. I got nothing to do today. This day is gonna be lit. I'm like, go home. Me and my bro, we gonna get stoned as shit on this couch. It's about to be good. Well, that's not how it played out. That's not how it played out at all. I'm sitting under this bunk bed, and how this bunk bed's laid out is on the bottom bunk, there's two girls, and then on the top bunk, there is this chick, the chick that is very strung out, and she just looks pilled to shit. And then there's this black guy that I have never met before. We're gonna call him Daniel. Now Daniel was a douchebag. Daniel was a straight up douchebag. I could tell from the moment I met this kid, I hated his guts because you could just tell he was cocky as hell and he did not care what you thought of him. Like, he was gonna kick your ass and there was nothing you could do about it. And I hated that because, like this guy, like, I don't even know you and he's threatening to kick my ass. But that's besides the point. I fall asleep under this bed and I wake up to this metal frame of the bed. I'd fall asleep under this bed. And like, this bed is, it's an old style metal bed, so it's very creaky. Like, you can hear every time someone turns. And I wake up to freaking moaning. I'm talking loud ass moaning. Like, bro, this sounds like a wildebeest fucking in the jungle, bro. Like, oh, dude, it was bad. It was bad. Because as I'm hearing all this, what's going through my head is, I seriously did this all for 1 gram of weed. Are you kidding me? And in my head, I'm thinking, man, how the hell am I gonna get out of this? Because their dealer's already on the way. Like, they're already paying for it. I don't really care. So, as I'm sitting under this bed, I'm contemplating all my life decisions of what led me here. And I get up and immediately the noise stops. Immediately. And Daniel, the kid I had handed was it called food to when I had walked into the door, he tried handing me back the food that I had given him. And let me tell you, this food, let's just say, was covered in the aftermath of that atrocity that they had just done over top of me. Now, man, usually, I wouldn't care if I was in a different room or just a different part of the house. But nah, man, they did it over top of me. And I'm talking loud. This wasn't no, like, try to be as quiet as possible. It sounded like a Pornhub premium intro. This was bad. And I'm walking home and I start telling my buddies about this and they start dying. They think this is the funniest thing in the world because they're like, dude, that can only happen to you. They are dying. They're laughing their balls off. They think this is the funniest thing ever. Like, they cannot get over how funny this is. My one buddy's high as shit, so he's just being stupid anyway. But I'm like, dude, this ain't funny, man. Two people just fucked over top of me. He's like, nah, man. That's your luck, man. That can only happen to you. Thank you guys for listening to my first story. I got plenty more coming out. I'm going to be doing plenty more in the future. Thanks. Please keep rolling. Please subscribe. Please like. Thank you. Peace.